You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Choice Hotels. Discover over 335 locations across Canada.
Well, we're continuing to track some severe thunderstorms pushing across the GTA. Earlier in Drumbo, we saw this tornado that did make landfall, and it caused a lot of damage across the region. You can take a look at this. This is near Kitchener, right along the 401, just on the west end of the 401 is where it touched down. You can see that funnel coming down. But additionally, when we take a look at the rainfall, heavy rainfall associated with these clusters of thunderstorms, possibly some flash flooding, even some localized flooding as well. And I want to show you this, the radar that showed the rotation of this tornado that pushed across the region. Just there, you can kind of see those colors changing. That is that rotation of the tornado. Now, that did end up flipping a 18-wheeler truck, but let's zoom out. When we're talking about what we're dealing with right now, it is going to be this severe thunderstorm warning stretching from Guelph all the way into the city of Toronto, North York, Markham, Newmarket, Vaughan and Bolton, and it is a cluster of thunderstorms. Now with these thunderstorms, again, large hail is going to be an issue as well. So we will be looking at the risk of some nickel-sized hail and greater, heavy rainfall, localized flooding. But when we take a look at this and just the line of thunderstorms that are going to push through the region, just give me a quick second. There we go. Just to give you an idea in the direction that they're moving in, just in that north-northeasterly direction. So this is going to be what we're going to be watching as it heads closer into Toronto, and then additionally just the east end, or rather the north end of the cell, pushing further into Vaughan. Now in terms of the rainfall, I keep seeing localized flooding, and I want to show you some of those rainfall totals as this line has passed. Just in the last hour, areas just south of Streetwheel got 40 millimeters of rain.
Are you safe from a tornado?
Are you safe from a tornado if you live in a city or by a lake? Do tornadoes truly not hit the same place twice?
Plenty of tornado myths surface every season. Here are 5 you should never believe. Number 5, a big city will protect you. While big cities can alter thunderstorm movement, they cannot always repel a strong tornado maker. Dozens of tornadoes have hit major cities such as Ottawa, Vancouver, New York, and even Washington, D.C.
Take shelter in the southwest corner of your basement. It was believed that this corner would allow us to avoid wind-blown debris, but the problem is, since the wind is not blowing in a straight line, it is impossible to predict the safest corner. It's best to shelter in a windowless room, like a closet, bathroom, or basement.
Number 3, an open window will equalize the pressure. This myth claims that by opening a window, you avoid a pressure bomb that can demolish the house. However, it's not the pressure that destroys the house, it's the wind.
By opening a window, the air from the tornado will enter like a whirlwind and will cause the most destruction.
Number 2, an underpass is a safe shelter. Although it seems logical, sheltering here can put you in more danger and could turn deadly. This acts as a wind tunnel. The wind gusts accelerate through the narrow space. If you see a tornado, stay in your car or get to a ditch for better shelter. Finally, the most popular belief, number 1, tornadoes can't strike the same place twice.
Don't trust this old saying. Tornadoes have no regard for the past and can form in the same place over and over again. For example,
get personalized weather recommendations for your favorite outdoor activities or your special day. Just ask your weather assistant.
Well, hello there. It's a Saturday, and we're going to take a look at some of the big weather storylines as we enter the weekend. Of course, looking ahead to the impacts for Atlantic Canada with Hurricane Ernesto, currently a Category 1 hurricane. Now, what might we see in Atlantic Canada in terms of impacts? Well, it looks like we could have a brief but intense period of rain for areas like the Burin and Avalon Peninsulas in Newfoundland. Meanwhile, for Nova Scotia, it's more so going to be some heavy and hazardous surf as we maybe steer clear of some of the rain and wind. So there's a look at the tracks. So winds are going to be a factor, but maybe not overly strong, just from the dynamics of the storm. Now, that's what we're seeing in Atlantic Canada. Meanwhile, it's a rainy weekend in Ontario and Quebec. Not that summer weekend forecast that you dream about. In fact, not only rain, but a chance for some severe storms today. We'll be keeping an eye on that story and telling you a bit more. Now, here's a look at the storm threat in the west today. We could see some non-severe action for British Columbia, potential severe storms in parts of Saskatchewan, and air quality concerns continue.
If you have a medical